Welcome back to another daily code breakdown. Let's get right into today's problem. Today we are looking at a really fun math-based puzzle. Before we begin, if you get stuck or confused at any point, just pause the video and ask a question in the comments below. I try to respond to as many as I can to help you out. Okay, let's go. Here is the problem page. It gives us a specific time and wants us to find the exact angle between the hour and minute hands. Let me break down the rules visually so it makes more sense. We are given two numbers, the current hour and the current minutes. Our goal is to calculate the smaller of the two angles formed between the clock's hands. A clock is just a circle, which means one full revolution around the clock face is exactly 360 degrees. Let's think about the minute hand first. It completes a full circle, meaning all 360 degrees every 60 minutes. If we divide 360 by 60, we find out that the minute hand moves exactly 6 degrees for every single minute that passes. Simple enough. Now for the tricky part, the hour hand. It completes its full circle every 12 hours. If we divide 360 by 12, we see that each hour block on the clock represents a distance of 30 degrees. But here is the catch. The hour hand doesn't just jump from 12 to 1 instantly. It slowly moves between the numbers as the minutes tick by. Think about it. Over the course of 60 minutes, the hour hand travels from one number to the next. That means it travels 30 degrees over those 60 minutes. Divide 30 by 60 and we get 0.5. The hour hand creeps forward by half a degree for every single minute. Let's walk through an example to see how this math comes together. Imagine the time is 12:30. First, let's find the minute hand's angle from the top of the clock. 30 minutes times 6 degrees per minute puts the minute hand exactly at 180 degrees. Now for the base hour angle, the hour is 12. But if we multiply 12 by 30 degrees, we get 360, which is back at 0. So whenever the hour is 12, it's easier to just treat it as a 0. 0 times 30 degrees means the base position for the hour hand is at 0 degrees. Now we add the offset. 30 minutes have passed and the hour hand moves half a degree every minute. So 30 times half a degree equals 15 extra degrees. Adding the base position of 0 and the offset of 15, we find the hour hand is sitting exactly at 15 degrees from the top. To find the angle between them, we just subtract the hour angle from the minute angle. 180 minus 15 gives us 165 degrees. Remember, the problem wants the smaller angle. The hands create two angles on the circle. One is the difference we just found and the other is the rest of the circle. We check which is smaller, 165 or 360 minus 165, which is 195. The smaller one is 165, so that's our answer. Here is the complete Python code using the exact logic we just discussed. It's short, but let's break down exactly what each line is doing. This line calculates where the minute hand is. We multiply the minutes by 6 degrees. Next, we calculate the base hour angle. By using modulo 12, we turn 12 o'clock into 0, keeping everything relative to the top of the clock. We multiply that result by 30 degrees. We add the extra distance the hour hand traveled. That's the number of minutes multiplied by 0.5 degrees. Then we find the gap between them. We use the absolute value function so it doesn't matter which hand is further ahead, we just get a positive number for the difference. Finally, we return the minimum between our calculated difference and the outer angle, which is 360 minus our difference. Are there any edge cases? Well, what if the hands are exactly opposite each other, forming a straight line? In that case, our difference is 180. 360 minus 180 is also 180. The minimum function simply returns 180, which is perfectly correct. No extra logic needed. As for the time complexity, it is big O of 1, meaning constant time. We are just doing a few basic math operations regardless of the input values. The space complexity is also big O of 1. We only use a few variables to hold numbers, requiring no extra scaling memory. For those not using Python, I have the solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript coming right up. You can easily copy and paste all of these from my website linked below instead of typing them out from the screen. Here is the full mathematical approach written in Java. Next, here is the C++ version using the same logic. And finally, the exact same solution written in JavaScript. So what are our key takeaways here? First, breaking down continuous movement into a base unit plus an offset makes the math way easier. Second, using modulo is perfect for cyclic things like clocks. And third, comparing a chunk of a circle to the rest of the circle is a handy pattern to remember. As promised, a quick note about the channel. I've been experimenting with the format of these videos lately, aiming for shorter, faster, more visual slides. Let me know what you think of this style in the comments. I use AI to make these so I can study problems the day they drop, and I share them completely ad-free. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'm trying to cover literally every Leetcode problem eventually, so if you want to support that massive goal, there's a Buy Me a Boba link in the description. Keep coding, and I'll catch you next time.